Hey everyone, sorry I am not there again today. Not ideal, but we're going to do the best we can. Okay, so you've got your note sheet here, and we are talking about percents. So I'm going to see if I could do this correctly here. All right, first things first. To change a percent into a decimal, you are going to move the decimal point 2 spaces or spots, okay? Thing that makes it hard sometimes is when you don't see the decimal point. So you got to remember, if there's no visible decimal point, that means the decimal point is at the end of the number. So for example, for A, I put the decimal point right at the end, and then I move it 2 spaces to the left, and we get 0.15. If I put the decimal point at the end of the 3 and move it 2 spaces, that gives me an open space, so I fill that open space with a 0, and we get 0.03. 0.2%, again, we move it 2 spaces to the left. That gives me 2 open spaces, so we fill it with 2 zeros. We get 0.002. And for D here, there's no decimal point, so it goes to the end. We move it 2 spaces, and it falls right between the 1 and the 0, so it's 1.00. And if you want zeros after the decimal point, you could ignore, and you could just say it's 1. So here's how we use that. We have a question here. It says, what is 10% of 50? So you'll remember that of means times, okay? So we take our percent, we change it to a decimal. So 10%, the decimal point would be at the end of the number. We move it twice, and we get 0.10 times 50 equals, and you can type that in on a calculator, do it in your head, however you prefer, but we get 5 for the answer. All right, so let's take a look at a couple practice problems here. Okay, so in some situations we have increased problems. So what's going to happen is we are going to have percent that is going to go up from 100%. Okay? So, it says Veronica's salary increased by 10% from 2009 to 2010. So, if we start at 100%, we went up by 10%. That means we are now at 110%. Okay? So we take 110%, we take the decimal, move it twice, and it becomes 1.10. $50,000 is the old salary. So we're going to do 1.10 times $50,000 equals, and this is going to be the new salary. So again, if you take your calculators out, 1.10 times $50,000 is going to be $55,000 equals the new salary. All right. So let's take a look at part B here. Part B says the cost of a home increased from $225,000. The cost of a home increased to $225,000 from its original purchase price. If this increase was 12.5%, what was the original purchase price? So again, we start with 100%. It increased by 12.5%. That puts us at 112.5%. Now, if I change that from a percent into a decimal, I move it twice, and we get 1.125. Now, unlike part A, this value right here, 225,000, that's the new value. So we're going to do 1.125 times the original equals our new value of $225,000. Okay? So now what we're going to do is we are going to divide both sides by 1.125, divide by 1.125, and we get that the original price, and you could take a calculator and you could do 225,000 divided by 1.125, but we're going to find out that it comes out to be $200,000, and that was the original price of the home. All right, so increase, the percent is going up from 100. Decrease problems, the percent is going down from 100. Okay, so a hat that normally sells for $60 is marked down 40%. What is the sale price? So let's talk about it. It started at 100%. It's marked down 40%. That means we are paying 60%. We're going to change that to a decimal. Remember, the decimal starts at the end. If it's not there, moves twice, and that means 0.6. So just like before, the basic formula we're following is percent times the original equals the new. All right, so our percent is really 0.6. Okay, it says normally sells for $60, so that's the original price. So times 60 equals our new price. So we do 0.6 times 60, and we get 36 equals the new price. So to answer the question, it says, what is the sale price? Okay, well, sale price is $36. It also followed up asking us what the decrease was. Okay, well, the decrease, or the savings, if you will, would simply be the original price minus the sale price. So $60 minus $36 equals a $24 savings. All right, part D here. It says the sale price of video game is $48.75 after a 25% discount. What was the original price of the video game? Well, again, we start with 100%. The discount is 25%, which gives us 75%. Again, we're going to take the decimal, move it twice, and that gives us 0.75 as a decimal number. So, again, following this basic formula here of percent times the original equals the new. And I should be clear, when I say percent, we're talking about as a decimal, okay? So our percent is 0.75. Our original price, we don't know. But we do know that the sale price is $48.75. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to divide both sides by 0.75, divide by 0.75, and we're going to figure out that the original price is equal to $65. And what was the original price of the video game? $65, so we're done. Okay, and that's it for our notes. Kind of put this all on the screen here. So, again, sorry that I'm not there today. But hopefully I get things taken care of today, and hopefully I will be there tomorrow. Thank you guys, and have fun doing the homework. Take care.